Germany's Foreign Minister Guido Westerwelle has offered support for Israel's right to defend itself, as well as what was seen as tacit support for the country's recent airstrikes against targets in Syria. Speaking to delegates at the World Jewish Congress in the Hungarian capital of Budapest, the foreign minister warned that lethal weapons in the wrong hands could be used against Israel.
Do not think that we do not suffer together with the people in Syria, but I have also seen that solidarity and sympathy with the people is the one thing, but also we have to see that there is a serious threat of other countries, including Israel, in this region, and I wouldn't like to see, for example, lethal weapons in the wrong hand.
The airstrikes are being seen as an attempt by Jerusalem to prevent sophisticated weaponry from making its way to Hezbollah militants allied with Bashar al-Assad. Westerwelle also warned that the West must prevent extremist rebel groups from obtaining weapons, explaining that they too are a threat to Israel's security.
Because some of the parts and some of the forces in the opposition, they announced it in a clear way that they are close to Al-Qaeda, and I think for them, the way to Damascus is just a stopover on their way to Jerusalem.
Westerwelle also touched on growing fears of anti-Semitism throughout Europe, explaining that anti-Jewish hate has no place in the world. The World Jewish Congress, which is usually held in Jerusalem, opened in Budapest to highlight the rise of far-right groups and anti-Semitism in Hungary. Rabbi Slobo Koves of the Chabad Lubavitch community says the best way to prevent racism and hate is to address ignorance.
The most important tool against anti-Semitism is education. That's the most important tool, because nobody is born anti-Semitic and is born by genes racist or full with hatred. And there's so many people, tens and hundreds of thousands of people out there that follow such ideas because basically they never got the right knowledge to not to follow it.
With 100,000 members, Hungary is home to the largest Jewish community in Eastern Europe.